better be fit.
As we approach Christmas, we thought we'd have a special festive edition of Hit the Bar, the Shrimps fans panel. So we're joined tonight by several people who've been with us through the season. We've got Tom and Joe, we've got Jimmy, we've got Opie, we've got Brian, Alan and Gareth, and myself, Glenn. We'll talk first about the game away at Cheltenham. We were saying last week that it was a run of games that we really needed to get some points out of. We didn't get any points on Saturday. Tom and Joe, I know you both went to it. Should we have got points out of that one?
Absolutely not. No. Neither team looked great, but they just had the cutting edge. They took the chance and scored their 2 goals.
Did we have the chance? I saw it on telly, and to be fair, their commentators were very complimentary about Morecambe. They said we were playing some nice stuff, but it's just that key, isn't it? Not there getting the chances in the final third. Did we have chances?
Hope had a little chance, a little header at the back post, just went wide, but I think the defender had it covered. There was a McAdam cross from deep that took a deflection. But no, it's just, some good passing moves around the middle and stuff, but just nothing going for us up front. Absolutely nothing. And Cheltenham, I don't think they were really a credit for the win. It was just a case of we were worse, really.
Yeah. Okay. But then we had a midweek game in the Central League at Carlisle, banged 8 in, and Dackers is getting a hat-trick.
Yeah, it turns out, he must be really good against under 16s, I think. Yeah.
I think he's found his level, don't you?
Found his level, 5 foot defender.
Is that the issue?
No,
we're just a brilliant side in the wrong league.
Yeah, that's right. We're just in the wrong league.
Did anybody see any of that?
No.
I was keeping. I had it on my phone next to me at work, and I kept seeing ping, ping, ping. I'm like, oh, look at that. I was like, wow.
Carlisle didn't play the academy side.
Yeah.
They left all first teamers out.
But goals are goals, aren't they? Confidence is confidence. So if a striker starts scoring, no matter who he's playing against, he started to find the back of the net. As long as they went on miss it, I don't really know how he scored the ball.
One thing I noticed about that game, Charlie Brown started. He came on, I was like, what's going on here? It's either really bad or he's got a knock. I was thinking, oh God, what's going on here?
Is that significant at all? The fact that we score 8 goals in any game, can that give them a bit of confidence? Do you think, Brian?
You hope so, wouldn't you? But I don't know. Bromley coming up to different kettle of fish, Glenn, isn't it? I think they're a very competitive team,
and they've had a good run. Recently.
It's great they got out and got some goals, but I think this is different gravy on Saturday, isn't it? It's a big game.
Can you see anything for us in that game?
We've got to go for it. We've got to get behind them and go for it. But it's the strikers, isn't it? I'm sure we're going to mention a lot about strikers in this little thing tonight. But I'm kind of worried until the window opens. But
talk about that in a bit. Because Bromley have got a striker, the cheap lad who's.
Well, apparently we were going to sign him or something. Or we could have signed him over Courtney Doofus, was it, or something like that? Is that correct? And we went for bloody Doofus, which says a lot.
One slight counter argument: it's really hard to score any goal from 40 yards out on the left hand side when the ball's gone hooping up in the air, isn't it? So we need to actually create some chances, I suppose.
Can't keep relying on Tollett either.
No, we can't.
Where would we do without Tollett scoring?
If he gets injured, then you really he scored eight of our 20 goals, so almost half. So that's kind of where we're going.
But against Lincoln, we played much better, and we had the ball on the ground.
I totally agree.
We're a better team with the ball on the ground, and yet there's something, I don't know if it's a mentality. Oh, we've got a 19'7" striker, so we need to put it in the air. And his giraffe can't jump.
He can win the headers, but they're not going to anybody, are they? Even he's better on the deck, I think.
Yeah. There's nobody playing off him, is there? Right? There's no kind of tactic for if he does win it. And
time to change the formation, I think.
Yeah, I think it is.
You don't want very striker-minded players, do we? Because anyone who's got a striker mind, Adam Lewis is picking across balls, and you're like, I'm getting it in that bloody head.
They're both
jogging around like Dackers.
They both play like number 10s, don't they? There's nobody running in the box. There's nobody getting on the end.
There's no striker acumen.
Adam Lewis will ping one in. There's nobody there. Like he's gone. He'll go again.
And talking about Adam Lewis, he was kind of scapegoated a bit on Saturday. I think he was at fault for letting the lad get in for what was a good goal. It's featured on quite a few of the best goals of the weekend reels. But that's because, Alan, you're going to tell me, He's not a fullback.
He's not a fullback. I don't know what's up with Disco Dave and what Derek doesn't like about Disco Dave, because he's played him in midweek again.
Yeah.
And it's a case of, okay, let's get 60 minutes out of him or whatever, and let's try and be in the game. Not put Lewis, our best left-sided player, in a position that's
So
not good to any
you
of us.
play Tatonda with Lewis in front of him. Those are your first names on the sheet every game, yeah?
Or even Lewis a bit further forward. It depends how you want to play it, whether you're playing
I go-
4-3-3.
Derek might have gone off to Sandra a bit because he's not starting as much. He's saying in interviews with BBC that he's thinking of adding another defender in. Does that not say Matt lost his spot to you?
Yeah, it does, but you don't see that on a Saturday.
Needs more, innit? We need Lewis where he's effective.
And it's not as if Adam Lewis has changed, because that's the first cup game at Huddersfield. He was so out of his depth. I know Huddersfield obviously championship side, but he's not really changed defensively, has he, over the course of the
he's
season?
not, no,
he hasn't
hasn't.
improved. So I think he's at that level.
Derek Adams said he's not a one-on-one defender.
No, and yet he keeps it at left back.
But
What's the point of playing him at left back?
We
He's not
sound
one-on-one.
like we're criticising Adam Lewis. We're not, are we?
We're
Because
not
we're
at
all
all.
thinking
No,
about our
He's
best
being
players.
asked to do a job.
Superb forward.
No disrespect to him,
It's not his game. He should be
not.
further up the pitch. He could play a back three and be a great wing back when he's still got protection.
If we had striking power, he would have had 5 or 6 assists by now.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
The problem with Tatonda, though, is he's not a liability, but he's one of those.
He likes to play, doesn't he?
He plays football and then he does a little back heel or a little something, and you've got to know what he's doing. I was trying to think of the ex-Newcastle striker that nobody knew how to do, a Nigerian lad, I think he was, or whatever, and he used to give him the ball and go, what's he going to do? And none of the 10 teammates knew what he was going to do. And say with Disco Dave, he cuts inside, step over, and then it's a back heel, and it's like,
We don't know why.
You're not speaking me mind.
Yeah.
I was going to say, speaking of ex-Newcastle,
No.
I think we need a Pappy Cisse, don't we?
Hang on a minute. I'll just give him a
I am
call.
one who met him in summer.
Who are our most dangerous players though? And they are Lewis and actually Tatonda. I find him dangerous when he bombs down the left hand side of
He
the
can beat a
road.
man, can't
You've got to pick them, then you've got to pick a Tom White in the middle who's running around and actually will find him. And
He
then
needs
they're
a
your
pop.
3 first names on the team sheet.
then you
And
pick a slew.
Then you need a
And
slew
you
over
say,
there.
don't give him any space, because when he hasn't got the space, he doesn't have to think, automatically does it. He's a great player.
Yeah.
But when he has space and goes, no, I'll go across the middle,
Oh, yeah.
and then I'll just lose it.
Tollett's the same. If he has a bit of time, he's so slow and he like flicks passes, and he gets stolen off him, doesn't he? And that's when we're in danger. He's better when he has no time to think. Going forward, one to bang. That's all you want from.
We're kind of going through the team now, and
Yeah,
we're, bear with me, there is a point to this. We're going around the team now, and we're sort of naming players who we would definitely have in the side.
Yeah.
So let's work. We've got the January window coming up. Which players do we retain definitely in January, and which players are we happy to get rid of?
I think
Go on.
I'll answer straight away. It depends what money we've got to bring people in.
Oh, get out of jail card.
No, it's not. You've got to bring someone in who we think, but also that Derek thinks is going to do a better job than we've got. We maybe can take 1 or 2 on, but we couldn't sign 15. If we sign 15 in January, you'd be going.
Not again.
Oh, do you not think 4 or 5 is what we kind of need? We're going to
So
stay.
centre midfield, for example, Tom White, bang, he's in my team. Anyone else? Don't think we've got another one. I don't like
In midfield.
McAdam. He doesn't run anymore. He started.
You know, he's.
Don't like Jones, and Songo's gone. So legs are gone.
Completely agree.
Paul Lewis, I didn't even realise he's playing now.
Invisible man.
Invisible man.
No,
So we're all right with Stuart Moore at the back, yeah, as a keeper.
The keeper's alright.
I play devil's advocate. I think probably strengthen.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're not looking at it as a priority. For
No, definitely
small money that
we just need to get rid of the glue on his shoes, because he's glued to the line.
Yeah.
When he touches that line, he goes, oh,
I play.
So we're all right with the keeper.
Yeah.
too good right back.
We're all right with the centre backs, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got plenty of them, plenty of them.
Breaker
Is
is
it
that.
really Liam's going?
I don't know.
Well, retain him then. If we have
Is
to.
he January?
He's January.
Yeah.
He needs to be.
So,
We've got Ray to
if-
come back.
If we
Quite like Max
got Ray,
Taylor.
Max
Yeah,
Taylor
we've
have been
got-
all right. We're all right
Yes.
centre back, I would say.
I think Max.
Correct.
I think Max is gone.
Yeah, but he's not my worst problem on the team. He's got-
No, but I do think because Derek said that players who aren't getting game time for him are going to go. I
So-
don't think he's one of them.
Luke Hendry, we're all right with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
solid player.
Okay, and then we're saying Tom White in the middle.
definitely.
And then we're saying Adam Lewis, Tollett, Slew.
Yeah, keep them.
Yeah.
All right.
Happy, yeah.
Anybody else who was keeping?
Keeping Dackers.
Under.
You're keeping Dackers?
Depends
Because we had a discussion before.
Keeping Dackers?
No, I'm
Is
not.
that because you think there's potential and there's more to come?
Wow.
It's
Really?
like the lad. Okay, you saw why he scored a hat trick yesterday. If you look where he got his goals in the National League or in the Under-19 league. How old is it?
He's young, isn't he?
You know,
We're not in those leagues. Though.
We're
It's
not,
a much more
but-
technical league.
but what you're going to bring in and who you're going to have in reserve if it's not going right.
There's tons of like
fair, I see what
young
you're saying, yeah,
players can bring in.
We get an experienced striker on, hopefully in January. Then a Dackers is a great player to bring on.
To bring on after
Yeah.
65, 70 minutes.
Yeah, I'll
It
bring
totally
him on.
changes
Well,
it.
So it's all
Well,
The
he
about
did,
centre half's going to go,
I agree.
ooh, what's coming on?
He had an influence in the Bradford game,
He
didn't
did.
he? When he came
I
on.
agree.
You know, for that where he's come on and he's got a mission for 20. He's not going to last the 60 minutes. You're not asking him to do that. You're saying 15, 20 minutes to the end, go and make an impact.
All right, and what about Lee Angle then when he comes
Is he
back?
coming back?
Well,
Is
we
he coming
hope.
back?
I mean, I think that's been a lot of our issue.
Because
this
they're kind of a
season.
similar player, aren't they? But Lee Angle
I prefer
score
Angle.
goals like
Much quite good together for that. Was it one game?
Notts County.
Didn't play one game.
Notts County.
Yeah.
He'll be like
You've got Guion to come back in as well, haven't you?
Guion,
You can't rely on him, can you?
he's
He's
completely injury prone, and
He was training yesterday. He was training.
If you've got Guion up there,
So what are you looking at to bring in?
I
Well,
do.
Jimmy,
experienced striker, I think. Yeah, as you say.
we got any names for us?
Yeah, Connor Wickham for me, please.
Well,
No way, free agent.
Free agent.
31-year-old.
Is there a reason for that though? Is he injured?
Smashes goals in, if I remember rightly. He's a right pain to play
Yeah,
against.
he's a big star,
Right
isn't he?
mouse on him, and I think he's the kind of person you get in the dressing room and he's pull everyone up around him. Play
At least that's
So what are you
I think we need a Guion on the other side.
Ooh,
Right.
double quick. Yeah, with you.
The left wing at Slew's not very quick. He doesn't take a man on very well.
And you're not having Adam
I don't
Lewis
think
in
Gareth
that.
Bale will come
yeah,
out
but
of
I-
retirement.
No, I don't think, maybe not. But just someone who can take a man on. So you see Slew when he goes against a man, he stutters, he stops. But somewhere,
We need more.
Yeah.
We need
There
more
is a
pace.
free
Yeah, we need a
agent.
lot
There is
more
a
pace.
free
A
agent
lot.
winger.
We were talking about Arthur before.
Oh, of course I'm going to
So
talk about
we need
Arthur.
some. I mean,
Bring him back.
he was
Arthur.
like
Arthur
Newcastle
Gunner,
striker. Couldn't tell
Yeah.
what he was gonna do.
That's one for Joel Shooter. That he loves him.
We're crying out for a goal scoring midfielder.
Yeah, as well.
There's no goals in midfield.
No.
Tom White's brilliant, but he's not a goal scorer. Callum Jones, not a goal scorer.
I mean, he has scored goals. He's
Yes,
scored
but-
goals for us, but he's not looking like doing it at the
No.
moment, is he?
No, and Harvey can't shake, can he?
No. And Derek said at the start we're going to have to get everybody's going to have to contribute to score goals.
Yeah.
And
Well-
it's not happened, has it?
How key was his interview after the game on Saturday?
massive.
Was that like a tipping point for him? Has he sort of gone across the line there?
I think that's why yesterday is that he won't. He might have had an indication what Carlisle were going to do, right? He might have thought Carlisle, they'll give a game to 3 or 4 of their, non-playing first teamers, whatever. He wouldn't know they would put out the academy side, but he obviously gone to the players and said, "You were shit on Saturday. I'm giving you one more chance."
I think
Tuesday.
you're right, Alan.
I'm putting you all in there, and I tell you what, if somebody doesn't put a shift in,
That's exactly
then
what
how
he's
you go in
done.
January?
He's going to say, "Prove me wrong,"
Yeah.
and it's going to be the same Saturday, mate, against Bromley.
I think get him by the hand and walk him to the front of the
If we-
pitch and show him where the net is.
If we flunk against Bromley and Carlisle,
We'll have to
you won't
get them
see that.
arrows like them German fans do.
It's funny you say that because I think he might have had an idea. Because a day or two before, the Carlisle players were on some sort of Christmas day
Were they?
in the first team. So,
But
So he might have known, he might have had an
and
inkling.
so it is like it could be a confidence booster.
Yeah.
It could be just something that he just said. He either give him the hairdryer and said, "You've got one game to prove yourself. Look what we've got coming up." You're all thinking of going to Chelsea, and yet you got 4 games before Chelsea.
Yeah.
There's some of you who might not still be here on 1st of January, so don't think about Chelsea unless you want to go and buy a ticket and get your own coach down there.
that could be harder than they think.
We'll come on to that very, very quickly. We'll come on to that. I just love the line where Quinn is interviewing him and he said, "But is it frustrating because you watch him in training and do you see him smacking the ball in the net in training?" And he just paused and he went,
No.
"No, not really."
There you go.
Tickets for Chelsea.
Oh.
Anybody have trouble getting them or?
No, I don't.
No,
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Straight online, both
Yeah.
men as you want.
I'm waiting.
So what's the frustration then? There's been quite a lot of negative talk about the
Stuffed in
ticketing
the
system.
corner, I think, innit?
I think it's a case of what Chelsea have said to Morecambe, and Morecambe haven't passed that information to the Morecambe fans. They've changed the criteria for buying when they put it out before the Bradford game. They put it out before the Bradford game. If we get through Bradford, this is the criteria for buying for the third round and any future games.
And having tickets for the Bradford game was one of those criteria.
Top criteria.
Yeah.
But you had to go to one of them games. And it's like, no, we'll change it. And also not putting out what Chelsea have told them. Right. Verbally telling you, as you're paying over your money, is no good to you.
Well, a lot of people were buying them online anyway, weren't they? And disappointed that they've been squeezed into that. And it looks like the people who buy the tickets later will probably have the better seats.
That's
could have
the big
or
thing
not.
then. Yeah.
And it's a case of you look at this, you know, like the next criteria is we've got to sell 1,500. As I quick look tonight, there was about 1,300 sold.
Which is not bad in the first couple of days, is it?
So somebody's going to say, "Oh no, I want to stay behind. I want to go behind the goal. They'll be on sale in the next few days, and probably on Tuesday they'll go all tickets off sale."
Yeah.
You can have all the diehard fans in the
They will do for Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
They will do for next week.
All the singing, all the singing will be in that corner, won't it? Behind the goal, probably silent. It's going to be quite.
It's going to cause a problem when we're down there. Is that people will want to be together or want to be in an area where it is, and people will be going over seats, over barriers.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know.
You think we're going to cause problems at Chelsea?
Yeah.
I don't.
I can see that.
You didn't ask on the pitch or off the pitch.
Yeah.
That's
We can't tell until we get there, though, can we? You know, we just can't tell.
No.
It's all a bit.
I think anybody who wants a ticket will get a ticket.
I think so,
I think they had time though to think about the information from Chelsea and go to the trust and say what you do with coaches, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's put something out and say not tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. we're doing it. A week on Wednesday, this is what we're going to do, and this is what your options are. If you want a ticket, if you want to go on a coach, you can do this.
Could have done a pre-sale, couldn't they? Then you get your numbers, then you know how many blocks we need, and then on priority you get the backwards from behind the goal, whatever. Could have done anything that required effort, but our club doesn't do effort.
You say that.
It doesn't though. We just make so many. We can't make so many errors, fundamental errors to the fans' experience as the club does, without it being on purpose. Now
the thing is, we don't know.
We don't know what Chelsea are doing.
Exactly, Chelsea could have been. But we just
don't know.
No,
we just need to go out and say that, really.
Outside the box.
They had the information. I think they had the information and were told you're going to sell from the corner going that way.
It should have been relayed.
It should have been relayed.
Yeah, I think that was
if they had that information, then it should have been relayed. This is what I'm going to do. Some season ticket holders would have said, right, okay, I'll hang on.
That's what I'm doing.
You know,
that's exactly why. I've not bought my ticket yet, and I won't be doing until we release a block. So
to be fair to the trust, they've got 10 coaches booked already,
right.
So they're all booked.
That's good.
We took 10 to Tottenham, so we've got 10 booked. Yeah. I think 2 have sold out already. So
to get booked,
travelling wise is not going to be a problem.
No.
And can people say what coaches they want to be on if they want to be with mates and
They've
stuff?
just got to let the trust know who they would ideally like to be on the coach with, and they'll try and sort it.
All right,
that's good. Very accommodating.
Yeah,
that's good to hear.
We had a travel meeting this week. It was really positive.
You've already had that, have you?
We had that on
Monday. And that was the problem with it, is that releasing them on Tuesday. Why didn't you just step back and say, no, let's just have a little think about this. Okay, I know we're going into the Christmas period.
Yeah, that's the thing though. We are going into the Christmas period.
The game's not till the 11th.
No.
We've got a bit of time.
So not ideal from anybody is the message we're getting.
I think we keep making some silly mistakes that are obvious.
It's muddled messaging, isn't it? It's just muddled messaging.
Frustrating.
There's a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
What are we wanting then? Your ideal Christmas present from Morecambe. What do you want in your stocking?
Connor Wickham?
Connor Wickham and some other free agent ex-Prem Championship 30-year-old
6'3"
legends to walk in the door and say, we're a bit bored sat at home, any chance we can play Derek?
You know what happened?
I just take
Gareth Bale.
Yeah, Gareth Bale too, yeah. What's he up to?
He's
Scalzi could come along with us, ping a few balls.
Wayne Rooney can still score.
Rooney, right, it's a bit big.
Wayne Rooney can't run at the moment.
I saw him run early this year.
What's your priority for bringing in, lads?
Oh, okay. You talking about a Christmas present? Or
Well,
I'm on my
It
Christmas
was
presents.
League 2 safety would be nice.
Hey?
League 2 safety would be
Good
nice.
Are we on to get a new set of hamstrings? I'd like Reece to sign on for the rest of the season,
Yeah,
to be
very
honest.
good,
I mean, he actually,
Yeah, I agree with that.
in terms of centre back, he actually does play a bit of football. He's not just headed straight back. He
He's the most improved player, I think.
Have any of us got any thoughts of the ownership situation being sorted out anytime soon?
No. This
No.
one's unfair.
I don't think it will, Glenn. I just don't think it's going to happen
Not
anytime
gonna-
soon.
I think we're going to have to accept it'll be something that isn't ideal and slightly in the grey area of legality. But I'm happy if it involves.
I was talking-
That's what we're going to have to accept.
I was talking to somebody midweek, an ex-director, and he said, same as we said on this programme last season, we should have gone into administration when we had a load of points clear of the bottom last season.
Last year.
Somebody should have pushed us, and somebody was owed a bit of money, an ex-director or whatever, and just called it in and say, I want my money now, or I'm putting it into
We
administration.
do lose a lot if we go into administration, though. We'd have no
What was it?
academy. We
15
lose a
points,
hell of a lot.
and then you build up again.
It's not
You-
just
you're
that
rid of
way.
them.
You lose a lot if you go to administration.
I don't know.
You get rid of Jason, which I think everyone would be happy with, but the amount we lose as well, it's not ideal for anyone.
It's a pity he wasn't mentioned today in the that was come out about the 3 rugby teams losing us, the government,
Yeah.
£30 million.
Which Worcester was one of them.
Yeah, Worcester was one of them. Which was Jason. Didn't mention him.
A good Christmas present. I've seen somewhere Ryan Reynolds wants a second team.
Does he?
So
A feeder team for Wrexham.
So I'll be really enjoying this time on the coast.
I think that's a time when we quit. Yeah. if there are any multi-billionaires, Hollywood superstars wanting to come and buy the club, we've got a great one available. Probably don't want to be Wrexham's B team, but we'd take it if it meant survival, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, have a good one, and we'll speak to you after the Christmas period.